Good morning everybody and a very warm welcome to Mildenhall and Districts, and my name is Susanna and I live with trains. And today it's just going to be a relatively brief short video because I've got some bits to show you that I've been doing over the week. So that's why there's no trains running. I just want to keep the video relatively short because obviously my last video was pretty long, but obviously that was a how-to. So anyway, so just before we start, I've had another question about my Class 73s. Just to reiterate, my Battle of Britain 73, I've done nothing with that. That arrived as is with sound, and all I did was address it. My Southern 73 came DCC fitted because I couldn't get a DCC ready one. So that worked fine straight out of the box, and all I did was address that. So if you have lighting issues with those locomotives, with 73s, I have found that the one that I had issues with was with the DCC ready one, because then you're not putting a chip in it, you're putting your own chip in it, whereas the other two already had chips fitted from Dapol, which is why they were probably working properly in the first place. But it's, like I said, it's when I came to fit my own chips, because my Southwest Train 73 was also working correctly until I put the sound chip in it, and that's when the lights were not working properly. So like I said, the Southern 73 was DCC fitted, the Dutch one was DCC ready, and the Battle of Britain was DCC sound fitted. So that it's only the Dutch one that I've actually changed the motor plus motor minus on, and on the Southwest Trains one when I changed the chip over. But the other two I didn't do anything to. Anyway, on with today's video. So this week down at this end is the start of school holidays. So that's affected me because of it's changed my working hours slightly. So basically I'm on school holiday duties rather than school day, and there's a subtle difference in timings and things. So I've actually been starting later. So this has given me an opportunity to do some more modelling. So let me show you what I've been up to. So as you can see here at Goswell Sidings, I've actually done some more additional rock work. Originally it sort of finished here. That's sort of where it finished. But this week, like I did say to you previously, I did have some additional rocks that I had, and I was going to use them. Now, what I found is when I did this, the way it ended didn't seem right. It seemed a bit abrupt. It just looked almost like I just still planted this on. It looked better, but it just looked like as if I planted this on. So I wanted to taper it off and make it sort of like blend in a bit better. So all of that lichen that I'd salvaged that was over here originally, I've now put on top of here and dressed it on the top of here. And then the additional rocks that I made, I sort of added on here in the same technique. I bought another foam block, one of those Oasis blocks. So basically I went to my local garden centre, bought an Oasis block for about £1.69. Easy to carve, just carved it in the right position, stuck it down with some PVA, and then I did the rock in the same way as I did that one, and then just blended the two in together in the same way that I was blending in all the other bits and pieces. And now it all just looks like one big slab, and it all looks more tidier and like it's been tapered off. And all the lichen that I'd recycled from here is now on the top here. So we'll just go in for a bit of a closer look. So this is from a slightly higher view. And like I said, I actually prefer it like this because now it actually blends in better. It looks like it's going to come down and it blends into the scenery better. I do want to get some more trees. A word on the trees. The seafoam ones are discontinued, but apparently Gagemaster are making some more, but they're doing a different type of tree. But they're still seafoam trees, I think, but they're slightly different colours or something. And I'm waiting for it to come out so I can get some more boxes when they do come out. But essentially that's what I've been doing here this week at Goswell Sidings. So we're now here in the back bedroom, which is where the majority of the work's been done this week. I've really made some changes here, and I've also managed to tie in a lot of the scenery that's here, because I do have another big project coming up, and it's going to take me some time to do that. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to basically start tying in and finishing off all the other bits that I needed to get done, just so when you're running trains there is scenery around the layout and not just bare baseboard. And like I did say to you in the previous video, this back end has been a sort of area which I'd started and then kind of got sidetracked towards the front, and it's been many months since I've come back to this end of the layout, and basically I've now more or less finished this end of the layout. So I'm going to show you what I've been up to this week to really finish it off and to tie it in. Now I'm going to talk to you about some trees. I bought some trees and trees is one of those things. It's a lot. I have a love-hate thing with trees because it's one of those. They call it like somebody says. It was some guy. It was I think it was Roger Ford from, I think it's Modern Railways magazine or something, and he had this quote where he said that passengers find tickets as a distress purchase because they need to buy tickets to get to where they want to go, but they don't really want to spend the money on it. And I think it's quite apt with trees. Trees is very similar. It's one of those that, you know it's going to make the layout look really good when you put the trees on, and it's going to bring it to life. But it's one of those you don't really want to spend the money on because it's quite expensive. And I managed to find this pack of trees, and it's by Woodland Scenics, and it says it's ready-made value pack. So this is what I got, and the reason why I got these ones was because I wanted to tie it in with the scenery. Basically what it is I'm trying to blend the scenery in with my actual scenery. So that's what I wanted to try and do, just bring that all in. And I bought this pack, and you can probably see from the price tag just how much I paid. Just under £40 for 12 trees. And it does seem like quite a lot of money when you think of it on the face of it. But the way I try to look at it to justify it is I broke it down that it turns out that each tree works out to about £3, 10, 20p, something like that. Just over £3 a tree. So when you look at it like that, you think to yourself, well, maybe that's not so bad. So that's how I try to look at it. But like I said, it's kind of like one of those distress purchases, which I really didn't really want to. But I know that once it's on the layout, and I'm quite good at visualizing how it's going to look on the layout. So I sort of knew that it was probably going to work. And also because of the colour is also what matches what's on the scenery in the background. So the whole point is it's to try and get it matched in. So I bit the bullet. I spent £40 on trees. You do get the little pegs on the bottom, so if you want them freestanding, you can have them freestanding. But I chose not to have them freestanding. I just basically braddled a hole into the Oasis blocks and basically planted them straight in. So I'm going to spin you around now, and I'm going to show you exactly what I've been up to. So just so you get your bearings, that's St Anne's Station over there. You've got the fiddle yard behind, and then you've got the carriage side in here, or the DMU side in here. So where it all starts is it starts here, because basically I wanted to blend in the missing ballast. So I just basically blended it into there. And then as you come along here, it starts to get a bit more done. Basically, I've done all the ballasting, which has made a huge difference. I've also added some additional static grass along here. But what I've also done, which is one of the main things I've done, I'm going to drop you right down. Now you can see that I've now cut a chunk away of the fascia. So as you can see, the fascia was originally, this fascia here was originally up here, and then it tapered off all the way down here. But I didn't like it. What I thought I'd do is, if I'd come right down to eye level, you could get some really good running shots. So I thought that it would probably be better to do that, and then I can get right down into it. And as you can see, you get some really good shots. And I've done the static grass along here. I've done, obviously, as you can see, all the ballasting. The signal's glued in, but that signal may very well get changed. I am toying with getting the Dapol working signals, but that's near enough £70, and I'm not sure whether I want to really shell out for that. But I do like the idea of it. I do like the actual way that the fascia has now sort of been flattened out, because I think that looks really nice, that it's level with the track work. And if I come round here, I don't know if you can see it. Well, I'll take you off the tripod in a minute, but you can sort of see the sort of views that you get, because before, as you can see, this fascia's up here. That view would be blocked, so I can get some nice shots of the train coming round and through there and under the bridge. Oh, that was just me. So now all of a sudden it's kind of opened up a whole load of shots that I can take that I couldn't previously take. And I was never really happy with the walling along here, along the front edge here. So I thought if I trim it right down to track level, I'll be able to get some really lovely shots. And then as you come into here, you can also see that I've been doing some greenery work along here, and adding some more greenery work along the stone. And I've also ballasted the link between here and the main layout. So basically now this is all tied in together like so, and you can get some really nice camera shots now that I couldn't get previously. I will lower it a bit more because basically the tripod's set that it's slightly higher, so I can actually lower it to really get down to eye level. Now I've just lowered the camera down to eye level, and you can really see the difference in the sort of shots that I can now get that I wouldn't be able to get. And if I just sort of pan you around, you can sort of see exactly what's been done. I do like the barn like that. I mean, you look at that shot there, that shot I'm really pleased with. That looks really good. I really like that. And then if you still pan it around, you can get some lovely ground shots. And these are shots I wouldn't be able to get otherwise if I had that bit. Now you can just about see on the left there that I added some stone walling. I was going to get some Metcalf, but I didn't want to buy a whole pack just to do this little bit. So I ended up just getting a stone walling. I was actually thinking of replacing that bridge with the same bridge, but just clad it in the same sort of realistic stone as opposed to the Metcalf paper, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. But you can see the sort of shots that you can get now at eye level that I couldn't really get before. If you zoom in like that, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's a really nice shot there. I've still got some signage to add. I will spin you around even more. You can see what I've been up to. Look, you can see like all the little bits of greenery on the rocks. You can see how it blends in. Let me see if you can see the trees. There you go. You can see the trees coming up there. Look. So that's where my 40 quid's worth gone. Not that tree. That tree was the lighter green tree was the pack of 2 that I got. But you can see how that kind of comes out now and how that blends in. And then you've got that tree in the background there. So I'm really pleased. I'm now going to pop you out and I'm going to pop you up so you can see the overall effect. So this is the overall effect from a high up kind of point of view, and those of you who've been following this corner since I built it will know that I've had various incarnations of it where I've had a station here originally on the bend, and I never liked that. I had the nuclear plant, but that looked a bit too forced. This just looks so much more natural, and I think it looks so much better, and overall it looks great. Like I said, I haven't finished with the detailing because I've still got station signage that I'm going to put up, but I'm just so glad to get rid of all of the boards that I had here, and the ballasting has just made such a huge difference to it. All these little bits and pieces, and I've been doing this throughout the week. So whilst I've been working, I've been doing the ballasting so that can be drying whilst I'm at work. And I think those trees, as expensive as they were, well, at least depends which way you look at it, to be honest. I think in the end it was quite reasonable. You get 12 trees, works at about £3 on a tree, and I think that looks kind of great. So I'm going to take you off the tripod. We're going to do some sort of handheld stuff before we wrap up the video. So here you can see the wall that I've added in. I've just painted it grey and washed it with some Nuln Oil. And like I say, you can see the ballasting that I've done, which I think is so amazing. Like I said, you can see the track work and the static grass. I'm really pleased with the static grass applicator. I think it's worked out really, really well. I think I like the way it sort of overhangs the edges and it sort of tidies up the edge. You can sort of see that I've linked it into here, so that can now that's all just one piece. There's a few bits and pieces that I need to tidy up, in all honesty, but if you just sort of have a good look round, there's bits of pallets and all sorts here. My Nissan hut, I made that out of hot chocolate tub. Then as you come round here, you just sort of follow the railway line around, and then you can see the trees, which I think sort of blend in with the back scene pretty well. Oh yeah, and I've also used some fine leaf foliage cover just to make the embankment look a bit better, because that was looking a bit bald and a bit worn. But I think that looks pretty cool. I'm really pleased with the results. And then all the foliage and stuff on the rocks really adds to it. So overall, this is what I've been working on. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So this concludes the end of today's video, and I hope you really like what I've done. And like I said, I'm trying to get to all corners of the layout that need immediate attention, and to try and tie in all the layout. Now, most of the layout is virtually got some sort of ballast on it. So my next port of call, I'm going to do some signage for this, which is what I need to do. And then my next port of call will be to go back to the container terminal and container yard, because that's the area next that I need to start really finishing up and tackling up. And then that will give the whole layout a sense of completeness. I mean, obviously there'll always be little bits and pieces to add here and there, but then majority of the layout will be complete once I've gone back to the container yard. So that's going to be where I'm going next. Like I said, I just wanted to tackle this back end of the layout because it has been bugging me. Certain things were bugging me. Like I said, the tapering off of the fascia here was bugging me. The fact that it didn't have any ballast or any static grass or anything like that was bugging me. So I really wanted to sort of tie in this whole area and complete it. And I'm really, really pleased with the results. On a footnote, that little cabin there might very well disappear. I think I'm going to rummage through my spares, and I'm going to see what bits and pieces I've got knocking about to sort of add to this and detail this up even some more. So until the next time, it's goodbye from me, Susanna, and I live with trains. Bye-bye.